Can I get some more light over here? Good grief. Okay, then we'll do that. Can I stand back? Yeah, there we go. What up, GTA? What's poppin'? Okay. It's been a while since I've like addressed getting my collection, like, because we've been reviewing so many fragrances. All right, so let's go back here and get this right. Do I have another Bentley sitting over there? Bentley, where are you? Oh, OG, where are you? There we go. I guess I just got to do them straight up, yeah. Put this down here. I haven't tried Arabian's Tonka. I'm sorry. That's not really my expertise, Griefer. I don't like red tobacco. I never recommend Mancera red tobacco to anybody. It's highly synthetic. It's very simple. There's only one fragrance that I think will get you in the realm of red tobacco in a way that I would be interested in, and that is Prada Luna Rosa Le Parfum red bottle. That has the style of red tobacco done way sexier and less synthetic. I don't recommend Mancera red tobacco, and I do have experience with that. So I would never even talk about that fragrance. And if Arabian's Tonka smells anything like red tobacco, I would say don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. What up, Ocean? What's a good designer fragrance in the 40? That's a very open-ended question. What's a good designer fragrance from 40 to 80 bucks? Thousands. I need more specifics, buddy. Give me some context. Is there anything you're looking for specifically? How many fragrances do you have currently? How old are you? Wait, where's the other Bentley? There it is. Okay. So maybe we push this into the back. Can we squeeze it in like this? Okay, we can. Okay. What do you think of Instant Crush? If you're under the age of 30, Instant Crush is a great buy. I think as you start to get 25 and up, Instant Crush feels boy toyish, but it still smells luxury, so it's always worth considering. But I think if you don't want to feel like what people would call a F-boy, I think you should consider Mancera's Amberful over Instant Crush, or Nishane Ani. Special occasion fragrance for my trip to Connecticut. I'm 14. That sentence started as if you were much older and then ended on 14. That's funny. $40 to $60 designer fragrance, special occasion. Sorry to ask you another question, but what's the occasion? Is it just you're going to Connecticut and you want a good fragrance while you're there for every day? Or is there a specific occasion that could help me? Sorry for the other question. I have 6 fragrances and 3 are designers. Okay. Okay. Tell me the occasion. I have my decants on the way from Amazon. Sorry for the delay here, SB. I also got Encre Indigo and decants coming in soon. Let me know how Indigo is, man. Let me know how Indigo is. I haven't smelled it in a really long time. It's the only fragrance from the line I haven't tried recently. I've got so many fragrances to review, it's not even funny. Like, I don't know if this will work, but like, I'm such a mess right now, guys. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right here is day 3 fragrances, the whole set. Behind that, oh my gosh, this is gonna look bad. Behind the day 3 set, we have Javoy. Behind that, we have the whole Etat Libre d'Orange set. The replica set we still got to finish. All those we need to review still. And then I've got a ton of new fragrances in here I got to touch on. And then I've got fragrances over there. So it is just ridiculous. We probably have over 150 fragrances still to review for the channel. All this stuff is done. And I got a bunch of new stuff coming to the channel. Stuff you guys have never seen before. In fact, can I show a preview? No, I can't because it's on my phone and my phone is live. Indigo is all right. I'm going to send it to you. Okay. Please send me a decant. That would be wonderful. The occasion is I'm visiting Yale for my sister. Okay, so you're just a 14-year-old who wants to smell good on campus. If I were you, I would go Bleu de Chanel or Eros EDT. Versace Eros EDT or Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. You'll be the best smelling 14-year-old and probably the best smelling kid on campus. And you can wear those 2 fragrances anywhere. Upscale, casual, date night. You'll smell like the freshest kid on campus. Versace Eros EDT or Bleu de Chanel EDP. Going to give you the most versatility. Oh, that's awesome, Alex. I appreciate you, brother. Thoughts on Mancera Amor Cafe? Get Kamarakawa instead. You know this. You watch my content. Yes, I am, Whitney. I don't know why they censored that. That's ridiculous. It's so crazy. If you look at FragCom right now, and I know this because I've collabed with so many people so far, it's so crazy. Like 90% of FragCom's content creators are Christians. It's crazy. I never would have thought that, but I know that now that I've collabed with them, just hearing kind of the way they talk and certain things they choose to disclose, it's pretty cool. No one's really loud about it in FragCom, I find, but it's still, I notice it. So that's pretty dope. Are Cosmic Pepper and Wind Wood? What do you mean? You mean Aqua Wood? Cosmic Pepper and Aqua Wood? What do you think of Spice Bomb Extreme? Spice Bomb Extreme is good if you're 25 and down. 25 and up, I would recommend you upgrade to Tom Ford Original Noir or Tom Ford Noir Extreme Eau de Parfum. Or if you need a cheapie that kind of sits between all of those, get Armaf Odyssey Homme Black Edition for 25 bucks. I haven't tried Winwood. I've tried Aquawood. Cosmic Pepper's okay. I haven't had Winwood. Oh, you have? That's dope. Cool, Whitney. You got any extremely light suggestions? I mean, like a whisper of a bamboo or rain or even cut grass. Mont Blanc Starwalker. There's your bamboo. You can get this at Burlington for about $20. Is it 100 ml? It's 50. 50 ml for 15 to 20 bucks. Citruses, light clean linen, and bamboo. Mont Blanc Starwalker. What else would you recommend in general? I have Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male Versace Eros Flame. I'm surprised you didn't get Eros first, man. Flame is so bright comparatively. Eros is way more versatile. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I mean, honestly, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is the better one out of the three to wear as far as campus. Jean Paul Ultra Mall is a date night scent. Eros Flame is like a playful date night. Dude, you need Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, point blank period. And you need Eros. Those two kill the fragrances you have right now. I wouldn't recommend anything else. That's like a starting point for you. Get Eros Original Blue EDT because it'll be the cheapest. I think 35 bucks. You can get 100 ml of that right now, which is insane. And Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum is going to be your upscale, like super manly, you know, you look 14, but you smell 18 type of fragrance. You really shouldn't move on from those until you have those, especially with the collection you have. It's mostly like sweet fragrances and light citrus fragrances. I'm not going to be on a lot, like long tonight, guys. I just wanted to pop in and say what's up. What else do we got? Aside from Vetiver Sensual, would you be able to give me another top 4 to try from Mancera? Absolutely. Amber, so Vetiver Sensual is more like 30 and up. You can get Instant Crush, that's 30-year-old and down. You can get Cedrat Boisé Intense, that's like 20 and up. You can get Amberful, which is any age. Those right there are killers. Don't get Red Tobacco. Don't get Amora Cafe. Aquawood is really good blue fragrance. Very versatile. Kind of soapy clean. Don't get Hindu Kush. Don't get Tonka Cola. Yeah. Goodbye. Have you tried the Dubai chocolate? I have not. I have not. A lot of people got to go in timeout today. Absolutely, SoCal. Absolutely. What else y'all got for me, man? Have you tried Montal's Black Oud? No, but I hear decent things about it. It's like an 8 out of 10 fragrance. I'm not really messing with a lot of like your typical entry-level niche fragrances right now. I'm going exclusively niche for like the next 3 months. We have Etat Libre d'Orange. We have Javoy. We have Sensual Obsessions. We have Day 3. I've got a lot of other stuff. Nichane. Less Am des Nomables. And then a couple of clones that I need to clear up. Scent of the day, Mancera Vetiver Sensual. My scent of the day was Lalique White and Black. Any new pickups you got in the past 2 weeks you're really enjoying? So many. So many great, because we're doing all niche right now. So I have so many great pickups on the way and that I have. Imaginary Authors is coming in. Oh my gosh, so many good fragrances. So many good fragrances. Just a lot. Like well over 50 amazing fragrances coming in. Born to Stand Out. We're hitting the whole line of that. The Javoy line is crazy. Looking for something versatile that could work in the winter or summer. That's a contrast. That isn't cloyingly sweet or a typical blue, preferably cheapy side. That's a very specific request. Winter and summer is crazy. And cheap? Not cloyingly sweet. Jesus de Pozo Halloween Man Shot would be a great option for you. Halloween Man Purple Bottle EDT would be a good choice for you. I hesitate a little just because of the winter comment, but nonetheless, Bentley for Men Black Edition would be a good choice for you. Sacrat, which is Profumo, Acqua di Gio Profumo, that would be a great choice. A good all-around Armaf Peugeot Club de Nuit Peugeot 1 would be a great option for you. FOMO Fragheads Asylum would be an excellent choice for you. Where would you recommend picking up Eros on? I normally do Joma Shop. I wouldn't do Joma. I would try, let's see, Eros EDT, either fragrancebuy.ca or FragranceNet or Max Aroma should have that fragrance for like $40 max for 100 ml. Make sure you get the EDT though. The EDT will cost the least amount of money and you'll still get 10 plus hours of performance on it. Joma Shop is a good website, but a lot of times it has the expected date on it, and it can be anywhere from 1 week to 2 months. Arabiat Prestige, nice. Yeah, I love the Arabiat, the Tuxedo clone. Arabiat Oud something. It's the best tuxedo clone I've smelled yet. Do you have any advice for me? I started fragrance YouTube channel like a month ago, and the only videos that do good are the ones that take 2 seconds to make. I would disagree with you because your views are so low that you can't really count views as to measure what content is good or not. You just need to make a lot more content. And you need to do everything. But just to let you know, the fastest way to grow your channel when you're just starting is to post as many shorts as humanly possible. Then from the shorts, try to go live as much as humanly possible. The video uploads on your long form, whether they're short videos or long, those will perform the least organically. YouTube rewards lives the most, shorts the second most, and uploads the third most. So prioritize your channel to upload as many shorts as possible, then go live. I'm telling you to do the middle one the most first because those videos will sit and generate a lot of viewership, and it'll help when you go live, because if you go live and you don't have much uploaded, it's hard to get going at first. So upload a lot of shorts, then go live, then download your lives and clip sections from your lives where you're answering 60-second or less questions and post those clips from the live as shorts and do mostly all shorts in the beginning, and that'll grow your channel the fastest. Then as you start to see growth, I would only upload like 1 video a week in terms of your long form content. Even if it's short long form content, I'm talking about video uploads in general. Right now you should only do shorts. Nice Dak. Scent of the day, Zanzibar. Good. We love some Zanzibar over here. Very sweet though, but for a 14-year-old, it makes sense. Thanks, bro. I had my eye on Pro 1 for a while. I think it's time to pull the trigger. Love the channel, by the way. Yeah, man. I was just doing my reviews of both Off-Round Supremacy Collector's Edition and Pro 1 this week. So those will come out in about a week and a half because I've got like literally 40 videos already uploaded, ready to go to you guys. And I just drop 1 video a day. But on the spectrum of Aventus real DNAs, you have on one side Versace Eros Energy, in the middle Aventus Absolute, and on the right you have Nishane Hasavat. All 3 of those are pineapple-based fragrances with woods on the bottom. Eros Energy is the most playful. Absolute is a mixture hybrid of masculine and playful, and Hasavat is like hyper masculine. Pro sits between Eros and Absolute, but sits closer to Absolute. It's got the top pineapple note of Eros Energy, but it has the base and heart of Absolute, so it's almost Absolute by about 90%. This sits closer to Hasavat and Absolute, perfectly in the middle though, ramped up heavy in oak moss, and it's more of a canned pineapple than a bright tart pineapple. So I would get this. But these 2 are the best Aventus clones on the market right now, hands down. And it shows, right? Because all of your typical Aventus clones run you anywhere from $20 to $30, whereas those 2 run $40, and they're not going to go down in price anytime soon. And they started at $60 a piece. Niall Oud, I'm getting that next. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Impressive. More than 170 fragrance collection. Do you have a top 5? Oh, I have more than 170 fragrances, easily. This is just what you guys see. I don't have a top 5. I love all my fragrances, and fragrances that I was left on an island with, there would easily be over 100 of these. I got a free bottle of light blue today, 200 bottle of Aqua di Gio EDT from OG. I'm still glowing about it low key. EDT is great. That frosted bottle, I wore that fragrance for 5 years straight in high school, and never let me down. Granted, that was almost 20 years ago, but that fragrance is still timeless for today. Eros EDT is $42 on Fragrance Buy. That's a steal. Get it. You will love it. 10 hours plus. Sexy if you want to talk to a girl, but still fresh enough for everyday wear any season. Wear that on your trip to that college, and you will smell really good. Everyone's going to be like, who's your younger brother? Are you tight with Ross from TLTG? I like Ross, but I don't work with him from a collab standpoint. I only work with up and coming fragrance content creators because I'm trying to work from the ground up. A lot of my friends have been on Ross's channel, and Ross is a cool dude. You know, he's from where my wife's from. But I don't work with him, and I don't talk to him. What fragrance should I wear to prom? Eros. I'm telling you, man, you think I'm crazy for just recommending you 2 fragrances, but I'm telling you, they will do anything you need them to do. Wear the Eros for the date night, man. Wear the Bleu de Chanel EDP for just when you want to smell very classy, sexy as a 14-year-old. You know, you want people to make you, if you're a 14-year-old, you're like almost a freshman or a freshman in high school or 8th grader. So You put on Blue de Chanel and you're going to smell like you're a sophomore or a junior in high school as a 14-year-old. Trust me. But I wouldn't really wear that to prom because at prom you got to smell a little bit sweet. So that's when you're going to hit her with that Eros, and you'll be able to ask out any girl you want with Eros. Trust me. What fragrance do you know Grimm? I do not. I know Ross and Grimm. Yeah, a lot of people know Ross, man. A lot of my friends know Ross, talked to Ross, been on his channel. Um, I don't really have time to be in people's lives and stuff like that. And honestly, ever since I started my channel, I've been more interested with underground people rather than famous people. Those people have plenty of friends. They don't need me. I am a family man. I'm married. Been with my wife for 15 years and I got 2 boys. Not only that, but like I don't want to be among the company of Bowtie and Gensense and Chaos and TLTG and Perfume Guy and Jeremy and all these guys. Like, I'm coming into the fragrance game with completely different content. Yeah, I do reviews every day, but I am not a review channel. We do game shows. We do very creative conceptual content over here. And honestly, I'm just getting started because once I'm done with my reviews, I'm pivoting completely into a new category. I'm releasing ebooks. We're doing a lot of conceptual stuff. We're not just doing top 5s and top 10s in this season and that season. I'm going to turn my channel essentially into a game show. So I'm coming in the game with way different content than these guys. So I'm not trying to be in the game to be the next biggest fragrance reviewer that has all the same fragrances as everybody every season or every month something comes out. That is not going to be what this channel is in. You know, we are not going that route. I refuse to do what everybody else is doing. The money does. I don't need to make the money. I got plenty of money. I don't need to be popular. You know what I'm saying? I already have popularity. I'm interested in doing new, creative, valuable content that no one's currently doing right now in the space. And so, and I want to build relationships with newbies in the game, because quite honestly, FragCom, the guys who run FragCom right now are all old farts. They're all 40 and up. And I'm almost 40. Yeah, so I'm almost an old fart. You know what I'm saying? I'm 36. So quite frankly, FragCom needs young talent to fill the space. And there's plenty of room to dominate in that space. So I'm trying to carve out a different piece of the pie. Are you a fan of dupe fragrances? We have plenty of dupes. Look behind me. I want to get some travel vials and mix different frags together for some videos. That'd be cool. We have a segment on here called combos, and I have an ebook coming out showing you guys the most elite combos that you can pair together with fragrances, ranging from clone, dupe, and inspired to designer and niche. And we also have a segment called S-tier clones. So I will have ebooks coming out every quarter showing you guys the most S-tier clones that you can buy on the market. I don't want to show you guys every clone. I'm not interested in saying here's an encyclopedia of every clone that you might want to get. I'm saying no. These are the best of the best. If you're building a clone collection, these are the ones that you need to have your eye on to discern because they're the closest, most accurate, if not better than the originals. So we're only working with S-tier clones. The only Atomic Rose alternative, to be honest, is Amethyst. But to me, This is way more dense than Atomic Rose. Atomic Rose feels more like a rose water that's just very dense. And even as dense as it is, it's nowhere near as dense as Amethyst. So you really have to knock down Amethyst with like an aquatic or a super airy type of fragrance. So currently, I know of no truly 85% or better Atomic Rose clone. And I have Atomic Rose off in the cut over there on that side of the collection. But I do have a combo coming out that I'm not going to mention today, but I do have a combo that you can put with this fragrance to get Atomic Rose. And I also have another fragrance that you can pair with this to get Initio Side Effect. So stay tuned for that. Joel, you're the guy at the YMCA that you have to put on Ben Gay before you play basketball with everybody, but you're still good. You know what I'm saying? You could still shoot the 3-ball. What's a good winter fragrance that's under $100? I already showed you. Halloween Man Shot. You can get this for about $30 to $40 for 100 ml. Sexy winter fragrance. What else, guys? Come on, hit me with something. Not going to be on too much longer. I got a couple minutes left, man. Hit me with what y'all got. Ugh. I don't have an average spray routine, Alex. Every fragrance requires a different number of sprays. Every fragrance. Some fragrances I spray 2 to 3 times. Some fragrances I spray 15 times. What fragrance did I have recently that I sprayed 15 times? Lalique White. Lalique White, I put 15 sprays of this on the other day. It's an eau de toilette. It's fresh. It's soapy clean, spicy, green, vetiver. I put 15 sprays of this on. Lalique White today, I think I put on 8 sprays. This, I might put 3. Every fragrance has a different concentration, has a different type of way it sits on skin, has a different density, has a different oil concentrate. So there is no real spray routine. If you mean more of like where do you spray it, I always start around the neck and move down the body and through the arms. So here, 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 and then down if I need to. Are you still doing Rate My Collection videos? Yes. Part 3 will be out at the end of this month. We have like 6 submissions right now for Rate My Fragrance Part 3. If you want to submit a picture of your collection to be rated, send it to scentbubblesubmit@gmail.com. SCENTBUBBLE submit SUBMIT@gmail.com. All I need is a picture of your collection, and if you want me to shout you out during the video, just put your name in the subject line. If you want to remain anonymous, just send an email of the pictures. What's a good vintage fragrance? This one right here. Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. This is an original EDT. You wouldn't think it's an EDT because it's 12 hours of performance. But this is a sexy winter fragrance. As you can see, the juice. I think I purchased this in the year 2000. And it is now 25 years old. Sexy old school fragrance. Does Lattafa Assad really clone Sauvage Elixir? No, it does not. Lattafa's Assad is only about 80% close to Dior Sauvage Elixir, but the 20% that it is not Sauvage Elixir. It goes more into a vanillic, peppery direction, and it's still good. And some people think that the 20% difference from Sauvage is actually better than Sauvage. I think they're capping, but nonetheless, a sod for $20 is probably one of the closest Sauvage Elixir clones you can get. But because it's in the 80% range, I never really tell people to get a sod if they specifically want Sauvage Elixir. But because it's such a good fragrance, that's why people will continue to do videos on it, because it's a good fragrance. My friend gave me a Spider-Man cologne as a joke, and it messes up my whole collection. Hey, man, at least he didn't give you the SpongeBob one. At least he didn't give you SpongeBob, man. Salute SB. My scent of the day was Byredo Ball de Freak. Listen, man. Speaking of Ball de Freak, this is the clone. Vibrant Vetiver Delight from Amir Paris Corner. Smells like expensive Sprite. I have a combo. This is, to me, about 90% or 85% Ball de Freak. But the only thing it's lacking is a little bit of the wet earthiness that's behind Ball de Freak. But I have a combo in my ebook on how to get this to be Ball de Freak, to get that other 10-15% of earthiness sitting under this. And would you like a secret? I'm going to give it to you. Encre Noir Sport. You sit that under this fragrance, 1-to-1 clone of Ball de Freak. This fragrance is 20 bucks. This fragrance is 25 bucks. You can get Ball de Freak all day. Apparently that SpongeBob one is good. What's SpongeBob smell like? I don't know, probably fruity. What's your favorite parfum? I don't have one. Look how many fragrances are just in this side of my collection. They're all my babies. What's your best atomizer? Well, there's a lot of them, but this one's amazing. This atomizer is sick. Low pressure. Psst. That's just a crazy atomizer. Low pressure is where it's at, man. Psst. It's like you're spraying a wall. I used to do graffiti, and we used to love low pressure tips. Favorite niche fragrance? Don't have one. There's too many. Like, just on that counter right there, we're doing all niche for the next like 2-3 months right now. There's like over 100 niche fragrances just right there. Too many good niche fragrances to have a favorite. Sorry. I'm definitely not the channel where you're like, if you were strapped on an island or if you could only pick one fragrance, I wouldn't. I don't have to. I have too many amazing banger niche fragrances. What's your favorite Fugazi? I have no idea what the heck that is. Have you ever tried King Bahara Cologne? No, I have not. I have not. Do you have Body Al Oud? Yes. Body Al Oud is like 5 fragrances, dude. I only have 2 of them. Amethyst and Oud for Glory. I will not get Honor and Glory because as a 36-year-old man, I do not find myself wanting to smell like creme brulee and white florals. But I do have a white fragrance that looks like Honor and Glory, but it is not Honor and Glory. It is French Avenue's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc Extrait. This is Initio's Musk Therapy, and it is 10 out of 10, 1-to-1 clone. And this smells way better than Honor and Glory. Fake, you got it. Your mom told you to get in bed, dude. Get in bed right now. Get in bed right now. What do you think of Jeremy Fragrance, the #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus? You know how I feel about Jeremy Fragrance. I just put a video up about it. What's the gold and cyan teal bottle? Good question. This is Amir's Paris Corner Celestial. And it is a 1-to-1 clone, but better than. This is one of the very few clones that is better than the original fragrance. This is Marc Anthony Bois or something like that. Ganymede. $25 to $30 on fragrancebuy.ca. It's not only a 1-to-1 of Ganymede, but it's actually better because it's ramped up in violet leaf. You guys know the story. This juice is actually almost gone. And I've only had this juice for like 8 months. I'm already almost done with this bottle. I would buy 5, out of all my clones, I would buy 5 bottles of this, no question. The bottle presentation is sexy. It's awesome. It's 100 ml of juice, $25, one of the best clones ever made. If you're under 25, do not buy this fragrance. But it is easily one of the best clones ever made. Going to a wedding in July, Florida. I'm 42. What do you recommend? Ooh, there's a lot, dude. How deep's your bag, bro? How deep is your bag, man? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I would rock to a wedding right now. How much money you got? How much money you got, NYC? That's going to tell me everything. How much money you trying to spend on that fragrance, bro? If you could only have 3 elixirs, what 3 would you have? Elixir doesn't mean anything. Let's be real. Elixir is just a marketing term. Ask me a different question. If I ask for a Mancera frag for my birthday in May, which one should I ask for? Instant Crush, Ocean. 14-year-olds should only ask for Instant Crush. How do you feel about Dior Homme Cologne and Elixir? Dior Homme Cologne. Oh, and Elixir. Dior Elixir. Oh, Sauvage Elixir. How's the performance and are there any clones? There's not really a clone of Sauvage Elixir. Armaf Hunter instead of Sauvage Elixir. Armaf Hunter, not Hunter Killer. And Dior Homme Cologne is a tough one, man. You might just have to buy the original Dior Homme Cologne. I know of alternative designers, but they're basically the same price point. So, but at the same time, it's like, why get Dior Homme Cologne in 2025? There's so many fragrances that knock it out. And why get Sauvage Elixir in 2025? Can I get a cologne recommendation to get my girlfriend back? She doesn't like Axe body spray. No one does. No one wants Axe body spray in 2025. They barely want Cremo. To get your girl back, you're going to have to go with By Kilian's Angel Share or Armani's Stronger With You Intensely. That's how you get her back. Or YSL L'Homme. Yeah, go YSL L'Homme. You really want your girl back? Get YSL L'Homme original. Is Liquid Brune any good? It's very good. It's probably top 10 most sold clones currently in today's clone market. What's the best Jean Paul Gaultier? Le Male Elixir, hands down, no question, no contest. I'm 23. What gourmand fragrances would you recommend under $100? You can't buy gourmand under $100 unless you go clone. So this is what I would get. $70 Bulgari Man in Black. This is entry-level gourmand. Cacao, vetiver, patchouli. It's got a cakey, dark chocolate cakey feel to it, but it's very seductive. It's like Prada Black, but sexier. $70. You can't afford Maison Francis Kirkjohn. No, don't go this. Where's the other one? There's another one that you have to get before that. Gourmand. Oh. Where are you? Cherry Almond Champagne. Supreme L'Homme Extreme. Clone of L'Homme Ideal Extreme from Guerlain, $20, Amazon. Cherries, almond, and champagne. White champagne with soaking dark cherries sitting at the bottom of it. Another gourmand. Kamra Kawa. Smells like you're in a coffee shop, in a Starbucks, sipping on a flat white or a caramel latte. It's not really angel share, even though it looks like angel share, but it's praline, cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee. But the coffee is not like black coffee. It's like caramel latte. That's another one. $30. There's one other one, and it is... Where are you? Amir's Paris Corner, Fire Your Desire. The best one-to-one clone of By Killian's Angel Share. What are we talking? We are talking vanilla, cinnamon, praline, spices, warm spices, drenched in alcohol cognac. Smells just like the bottle and juice look. And that's entry-level gourmand as well. $25 to $30. Those are all great gourmand options, and I hope that helped you out. Listen to Joel's recommendation of the Dior clone. Molinard is a great company, and oftentimes you can get their fragrances for $40 to $60. Very good. I'm eventually going to get the patchouli from Molinard. It's just not high on my list yet. Jimmy Choo Man Ice is okay. It's not my... I don't think it's worth the money, though. What's your favorite scary movie? I don't watch scary movies anymore. When I was a kid, I watched all that stuff, man. I watched, you know, Texas Chainsaw and Edward Scissorhands and the little troll or whatever, Leprechaun and Candyman and all Hellraiser. Like, I was just a lost kid, man. I don't do scary movies anymore. I don't do evil. Explicit evil. I don't do demonic. I don't do any of that. Just, it's like when you're a kid, it's about watching something you feel like you're not supposed to watch, but as an adult, it doesn't thrill me. And I think if it thrills you as an adult to watch scary, twisted, killing, and psychologically manipulative content, you got to ask yourself what it does for you. Look beyond the thrill of it. Why am I excited to see people hurting? I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Your limit is $100 for a wedding, bro? $100 for a wedding, bro? Come on. Okay. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Prada L'Homme Intense. Honestly, Prada L'Homme Intense might be it, or just original Prada L'Homme, Prada Black. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, Givenchy Boisé, Givenchy Gentleman Society, Le Male Elixir. I'll tell you a sexy masculine fragrance. It's not the most sweet fragrance, but that Gucci Guilty Elixir that just came out is that orris root. It's like Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, but even better. Thank you, mods. Thank you for putting the babies in bed. Is Dior Homme Intense worth it? To me, yes, but not everybody likes creamy lipstick iris. There you go. Rob those scammers for that YSL, baby. It's an amazing scent. YSL L'Homme. I mean, the juice says it all, right? I don't have that much juice left, probably about half a bottle. This is the sexiest, get up and close. She wants to bury her head in your jacket and never come out for air type of fragrance. The performance, it's not loud. There's no CR scent trail. Anytime she's right up here in your face, she has to get more of you. And I love that about a sexy fragrance. A sexy fragrance should be you walk by her and she goes, "What in the hell?" And then she just starts making up excuses. "Oh, is there something in your jacket? Oh, I'm cold. Oh, you forgot to give me a hug." Just any excuse she can think of to get in your jacket. That's what type of fragrance this is. L'Homme Original. Don't worry about La Nuit de L'Homme. Just get L'Homme and put like 15 sprays of it on before you go ask for her to forgive you. And she will forgive you. I'll go to Marshall's and get something for 30. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing, man. Some people can only get Marshall's fragrances. I ain't gonna hate on you. Appreciate you, Ocean. Hey, enjoy your trip, buddy. Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition good. Does it last long? Does it smell good? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Canned pineapple, smoky, heavy on the oak moss. Smells like something in the ballpark between Aventus Absolute and Nishane's Hasavat, but it's neither of those two fragrances. It kind of has its own identity. It's very sexy. I prefer Armaf Peugeot 1 over this just slightly, but I have both because I want both DNAs. Succulent pineapple, but it's more of a canned pineapple, not a loud, zesty, bright, lemony pineapple. Ramped up in oak moss. I think this is the more masculine of the two. Armaf just gets probably a little bit more compliments. But both of these DNAs to me are the two best Aventus clones on the market, but they're not Aventus. They're almost. I have Halston Z14. It's that old man sharp sexy cologne. I don't know if you can mix the terms old man and sexy in the same comment. Maybe when you're talking to a 50-year-old woman, but I don't know. That's just me. Favorite Banana Republic. Some of my favorites is Grassland, 78 Vintage Green, Metal Rain, 90 Pure White, Cypress Cedar, and Black Platinum. Any life advice? Stay in school. Is it vain to have both Jean-Paul Gaultier, Le Male Elixir, and Le Parfum? Anybody that has a Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance doesn't only own one, so I'm not going to fault you for it, but, you know, all you need is Elixir. And you don't even need Elixir today because you have Kingdom and you have Lionheart. Have you tried the new Valentino Extra Dose? I have not. Smells good like an upgraded Born in Roma Uomo Intense. I still think people are sleeping on the fact that Valentino Uomo Intense is better than Born in Roma. Peach fragrance suggestions. Oh, I do have a peach fragrance recommendation. I think it's either Mezcal Anejo or the Kelly and Jones. There's a fragrance by Kelly and Jones. If you look in my video section, I just posted it last week. It's the video where it's me, Gator, and Kix Griffey. We're doing a 3-way battle. There's a fragrance that Gator mentions, and I listed in the comment section below. It's by Kelly and Jones, and it is a like whiskey cognac peach type of fragrance that's got insane performance. So definitely check that out. It's by Kelly and Jones. I just forget the name of it, but watch that game show. You don't even have to watch the game show. Just click it and then go in the description below and look for the Kelly and Jones fragrance. That is one of the best peaches you can wear, probably. Don't wear like these Maison Alhambra peaches and the peach Tom Ford. Those are boy toy, girl toy fragrances. Facts, bro. I used that YSL in high school and would lose my hoodies to these girls. Absolutely. As you should. You give her your hoodie every time. Is Fragrance World's Midori a very nice clone of Greenlee for the money? I don't think so. If you want Greenlee, get Fragrance World's Aether, Aether. That is the best clone of Greenlee. Let it macerate though. Are these colognes? Yeah, they are. What up, Seth? Thoughts on the House of Deston Love Flame, my recent pickup. Okay, so here's the deal. Love Flame is sexy and it's amazing. However, it is a clone. You never would have thought a $200-300 fragrance would be a clone, but it is. It's basically a hybrid between Dior Homme Intense and the new 2025 Dior Homme Parfum. So how could it not be a great fragrance? But it is not a new innovative fragrance. And I don't know how Love Flame is not, or I don't know how House of Deston is not getting their pants suit off, because they essentially took two of the highest sold fragrances from Dior and merged them into one. It's crazy. I have Love Flame as well, but I only rock a travel spray of it. But it's Dior Homme Parfum 2025 with a hint of Dior Homme Intense. And yeah, it's a clone, man. But it is a great fragrance, but I don't think clone fragrances should cost $200-300. I picked up a new fragrance. The lady at the shop said I could wear it to the office. I got His Confession by Lattafa. Okay. I'm not too familiar with it, so I can't really speak on it. Question, I'm 26 and I want to pick up 40-year-old women plus. What scent would be the best for the 40-year-old women? I mean, anything really. You got to understand, if you're 26 and you're hitting on a 40-plus-year-old woman, you don't even need a fragrance. Just actually, here's a funny answer. If you want a 40-plus-year-old woman and you're 26, just go get some Irish Spring or some Dove or some Lever 2000, because the fragrance is not necessary. A 40-plus-year-old woman has to come down to you and get some of that youth. So you don't need a fragrance to pick up a 40-plus-year-old woman, and you should be ashamed if you feel like you do. However, if I had to shoot high, I mean, there's so many that can bag it up. Per Show 1 is easy. Cassius or Parfums de Marly Carlisle, bag it up. Parfums de Marly Leighton or Lalique White and Black, bag it up. Bulgari Man in Black, she's done for. Mont Blanc Presence, she's coming home. I mean, there's just so many, dude. Like, any fragrance you want is bagging 40 plus. Do you have Mont Blanc Legend Spirit? No, but I have a lot of experience with it. And what I will say is, in the designer world, it's got a lot of utility. But in 2025, there are millions, and I mean millions of fragrances that beat Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. A good Creed Green Irish Tweed clone. I used to say Armaf Très Nuit, which is probably what you see online as the most marketed Green Irish Tweed clone. However, Green Irish Tweed and this are only 80% close to each other. This is more lemony than green lemon. I think if you want a Green Irish Tweed clone, you have to go over to, gosh, what's that house? Yeoman Layle, Y-O-M space and space L-A-Y-L-E. Yeoman Layle has a Greenlee clone, and it is called not Elm Street, but I think Elm Street is Lafayette Street. The Greenlee clone, somebody help me out in the chat. If not, you can just go to the Yeoman Layle website and type Greenlee, and they'll show you the clone of it. I think for about $40, you can get like a 50 ml, and that Greenlee clone is a lot closer than Armaf Très Nuit. What's this Halloween fragrance I've heard you talk about before? Okay, so when it comes to like Invictus Platinum, Invictus Aqua, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Versace Pour Homme, any of those type of light, citrusy, airy fragrances or bubblegummy fragrances often on 9 p.m. Again, Invictus Aqua, Banana Republic Arctic Slate. To me, one fragrance that beats all of those fragrances with no competition is Jesus de Pozo's Halloween Man EDT. It's a purple bottle. It looks like this, except for it's longer. The bottle's a little bit longer. This is just like a 30 or a 50 ml. This is actually a 50 ml. This is only like $15 at Ross. And this fragrance beats all those fragrances. The EDT. If you want a date night sexy killer that beats Le Male Elixir from Jean Paul Gaultier, but it's in the same vein, vanilla, spices, tobacco type of vibe, Halloween Man Shot. It's a little bit rarer of a fragrance to find, but both of these fragrances for about $20 to $35, you can actually get 200 ml. So that's insane. The fact that you can get a fragrance better than Invictus Aqua with better performance for like 30, 35 bucks and it's 200 ml is absolutely nuts. So this is the most versatile everyday wear. It's still sexy, kind of like a light Born in Aroma mixed with Invictus Aqua type of feel, very fresh, very versatile. This is the everyday wear that beats out all those. And then your date night fragrance is going to be a little bit more sexy with incense, vanilla, spices, warm, ambery touch, a Le Male Elixir vibe, but even smoother. And it's still versatile, but it's a little bit more tailored towards date night. So Halloween Man EDT and Halloween Man Shot. The other Halloween Mans that are out, don't get them. They're not worth it. I talked to the manager at Dillard's and he was really nice and got me 6 testers without buying anything. Hey, you need to buy that guy a drink. Do you agree with Jeremy Fragrance when he says the company should not do an intense version as the original should be the strong already? No. See, here's a problem with Jeremy. Jeremy says things that he repeats things that he's been saying for years, and the problem with that is things change. So he'll make errors that he doesn't even realize he's saying. Like he'll say something like Versace Eros EDT is the best Eros, which it's not. Eau de Parfum has a little bit more performance. Parfum is the best smelling of the 3. However, EDT is the best in the sense that because it's the oldest, it's the cheapest to get. So the fact that you can get an EDT that's still 10 hours plus performance makes it good. Doesn't mean it's a better fragrance, but he still has a valid point there. But what happens is he'll take it, what he doesn't realize is that he will recommend fragrances to the audience that are intense or that are parfums without even knowing. And it's like when he recommends those fragrances, he's not telling you to get the EDT. Yet he loves to make episodes where he's like, this is parfum. You shouldn't, he's like, this is a great fragrance. Or he'll say, I'm sure this is a great fragrance, but I don't like it because a fragrance house should only make one version. It's like, bro, of course houses should only make one fragrance. Will they? No. It's the same, any market you look at, you know what I'm saying? Like go to McDonald's. There should only be, what are you saying? There should only be one cheeseburger. There shouldn't be a double cheeseburger. There shouldn't be a triple deck cheeseburger. There shouldn't be a double cheese. There shouldn't be a cheese and bacon. There shouldn't be a double bread. Like how stupid does that sound? The reality is that fragrance houses are to make money first. And because they're trying to make money, they will constantly try to remix a fragrance to get you to buy it. And some people try to apply a decent level of creativity to improve the fragrance or to give it a nuance and variation. And then some fragrance houses just want to sprinkle a random note in it and call it a different fragrance. And that's why we have to evaluate them all. You know, Jean Paul Gaultier, their best fragrance came last, and it beats everything. And you know, granted, we don't look at all those like EDT, EDP, Parfum, Absolute, or whatever. But to me, essentially, the entire Jean Paul Gaultier line is like Eau de Cologne, Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, Absolute. Even though they have different variations and stuff, they're basically playing with almost the same ingredients with the exception of Le Male Elixir. But I mean, we constantly see, it's just a stupid statement. Nobody in any product related business just sticks with one product and just tries to make it great. It's like they all make something great and then they know they're in a place where new things are coming out every day and they're going to try to reformulate, remix. I mean, look at freaking now a case where he's correct, but it's not a one size fits all prescription is like in the case of Dior. Dior Homme older versions of Dior Homme Parfum and Dior Homme Intense are way better than the 2025 release of Dior Homme Parfum. It's like freaking candy water compared to the past fragrance. You know, a lot of people say Aventus Cologne it was better than Absolute. I completely disagree with that. I think Absolute is the best rendition of it yet. But we see this all the time, you know. And again, another issue is that not everybody's nose is the same. Everybody appreciates different things about different fragrances. Some people prefer lighter fragrances, so they like when a remix comes out that softens up. Some people like an intense to ramp up. Another thing you have to understand is that once upon a time, concentrations actually meant the same thing across fragrances, meaning the difference between the eau de cologne to the eau de toilette to the eau de parfum, and the eau de parfum to the parfum used to always mean the same thing, meaning there was the same level of expectation in what you would get when you progressed through those concentrations. But ever since we had Absolute and Elixir and Extrait and all this dumb stuff, those are all just marketing terms. There's some absolutes that aren't absoluting. There's some extraits that are still light. Like once you get past parfum, which typically tends to be the least performing, with the exception of eau de cologne and eau de toilette, everything after a parfum is just a marketing term, but it's still a different fragrance. So it's almost like you have to try it. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Every house is different, and you can't expect the same thing across the board. SB, what are you wearing to your kid's birthday party that'll have the other kids' moms going crazy? Okay, so I thought you were talking about the kids, but you're talking about the kids' moms. I've been married for 15 years, so I don't need to. I'm wearing fragrances that are making the moms not look at me because my wife's already a perfect 10 and I don't need to be looking at anything else. But if I was trying to turn heads at a birthday party, there's a lot of options. Like if I wanted to go clean and expensive, I'm hitting them with Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. If I want to smell like I just got out of a business meeting, if I want to smell slightly sexy but not go all the way, I'm going Man in Black. If I want to go real basic dad, I'm going Eros EDT. If I'm trying to be a lot of money but smoky and masculine and look like I just hopped out the Benz, I'm getting Peugeot. I mean, if we want to go in my niche bag, we can go Vetiver Sensual. We can go Cedrat Boisé Intense. We can go Nishane Hasavat. We can go Nishane Ani or 1,000 Silent Ways. We can go Born to Stand Out, Sin and Pleasure. We can go, oh my gosh, there's so many. Black Orchid, EDP. We can go Javoy Psychedelic. We can go, I mean, dude, there's so many ones we can do. We could do Grand Soir. We could do Chanel Coromandel. We can do freaking Mind Games Mentor. We could do Mind Games Double Attack. We can do freaking Bond number 9 Wall Street. Bond number 9 freaking Nomad. We can do Roja Elysium. We could do freaking PDM Carlisle, PDM Sedley, PDM Leighton, PDM Galloway, PDM freaking Altair. We can go freaking Frederick Mall Portrait. We can go Initio Must Therapy, Initio Atomic Rose, Initio Side Effect. We could do French Lovers. Like, bro, it's endless. Anything you wear is just going to knock it down. Have you smelled any Born to Stand Out line? Yes. At this point, I'm not all the way through it, but we have... I haven't smelled a lot from Born to Stand Out, but I've smelled Mary Jane. I've smelled Sin and Pleasure. I have Filthy Musk here. I have Dirty Heaven. And I have one more. I'm not sure. There's one other one that I haven't smelled. So I've got about 6 fragrances from the Born to Stand Out line. I'm really impressed by their fragrances. Very innovative, good performing, very multi-layered, multifaceted, different but still mass appealing. Great fragrances out of Korea. They're doing their thing. I've wanted to get Hawas Fire, but it's expensive. Hawas Fire is not worth the money, Lachlan. It's a good fragrance, but it's not worth the money. Wait till that thing drops like another 10, 15 bucks. Got Liquid Brune yesterday. I don't know what the hype is about. Was disappointed. Well, hey, here's the thing, man. If you didn't absolutely love vanillic, cinnamon and spices type fragrances before, Liquid Brune wasn't going to give you much anyway. I always hesitate when it comes to vanillic spices type of fragrances because to me they all smell the same. It is so hard to find a unique vanillic amber spicy fragrance that doesn't have variation. And that's why I typically only shop niche for that. Like the only fragrances that are cheap that I'll rock in that category is Halloween Man Shot, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir, and maybe some of the clones like Kingdom or Lionheart. But after that, you really have to go up a notch. Like Ombre Noir from La Lique, completely unique in that category. Freaking vanilla, amber, vetiver, cinnamon. Okay, typical, right? Then drenched in cognac, and then the top is sprinkled with papyrus, bergamot, and mint. Like that's different. Grand Soir. Pay the money, get the Grand Soir. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, clones are very touchy when it comes to vanilla and cinnamon because at some point, they all smell the freaking same. With the exception of Arabiat Nayel Oud, which is a stunning vanillic spiced tuxedo clone that goes heavy on the patchouli. So it gives this rich masculine edge to the fragrance. It's amazing. His Confession is a clone of Black Tie. Okay, maybe Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Are they office or was she trying to get the sale? No, those are not office fragrances by any stretch. I like LV Imagination. Me too. What's your favorite Valentino? Uomo Intense and then Roma. Hey, good morning, brother. I discovered something new. Bentley Silver Lake. I'm getting it here for $30. Should I pick it up? It's really metallic, fresh summer frag. Manav, I have to be honest with you, man. I have to just speak my heart. Silver Lake is the only fragrance from Bentley that I hate. Instead of getting Silver Lake, if you still want metallic fresh, switch scenes and go with Bentley Momentum Unlimited. It is way better than Silver Lake. The problem with Silver Lake is when you spray it out in the air and put it on a test strip, it smells great, but then when it dries down, it smells funky. It does not go well on skin. Get this instead. It's basically Silver Lake, but 1,000 times better without the funk. Take care, Joel. Thank you so much, brother. Have you tried a Zaro Forever Wanted? It's not that great. It's not that great. Curve sucks. Mojo, your mom tells you to go to bed every night, and somehow you sneak out, steal her phone, and jump on my live. Go to bed. Your take on Prada Black. It's a good fragrance, but it's not better than this, and this is the same price. Bulgari Man in Black is way better than Prada Black. Is Mind Games worth it? What's your favorite by the brand? Mind Games is not worth it. They have some of the most incredible fragrances on the market right now. So in that regard, they make some incredible fragrances. Do I think that you should pay $300 to $500 for them? Absolutely not. I do not care how much good juice they produce. They will never be worth three to $500 in my mind. Never. And I like a lot of fragrances. I've tried a lot. I've tried Jadoob, Double Attack, Mentor, Jadoob, Double Attack. French Defense is not one, I don't think. Yeah, I've tried like four or five fragrances from the house. Really incredible juice, not worth $300 to $500. In fact, Mind Games is getting so much hype right now that they've already started putting together clones. I think they've already put together a clone of Double Attack, and I think French Defense is one. French Defense, is it? Yeah, French Defense is a Mind Games fragrance. Yeah, they've already started putting clones together of those two, and they'll likely come out with clones of the other ones, so just sit tight. I don't know what makes Mind Games feel like they can charge that much. Most of what you're paying for is the glass, which is ridiculous, but they do have amazing fragrances, but they're not worth $300 to $500 in my opinion. They're just not. I would say my favorites right now is probably Mentor and Double Attack. But to be honest, I don't even feel comfortable saying that because those fragrances are so multifaceted and so dense. I think I need to spin the block and go through the whole line again. They're not the type of fragrances you could spray out in the air and like make a decision right away in terms of whether or not you like it. Like they're the type of fragrances that transition on skin differently, and you really have to sit with them because they all smell good, but they all smell so good that you won't even start asking yourself if you would wear the fragrance until like 10 minutes in. And then it's like, oh, wait a second, but would I wear it? You know, so it's a whole different question. So I'm not in a position right now to recommend Mind Games fragrances to anybody yet because I need to go and have another experience with the entire line. I may even get the Discovery set. We'll see. But I have a Neiman Marcus close by, so I might just run through all of them again. But yeah, they are incredible fragrances. They're just way overpriced. And to me, the price does not justify the juice. Everybody I know that wears Mind Games, the fragrances smell so luxurious that none of them are like everyday wears. They're all like very circumstantial date night or special occasion fragrances. And why would I drop $300 to $500 for a fragrance I might wear 10 times a year? That I just can't justify that in my mind. And I spend a lot of money on fragrance. What's the deal with Jazz Club? Overhyped? Yes. If you want Jazz Club, just get Liam Gray by Lattafa. This fragrance right here. This is Jazz Club. Lattafa Liam Gray. People say it's BDK's Grease Charnel, but it's also Jazz Club. I have Jazz Club right here behind me. This is like 95% Jazz Club. Can I see your entire collection? Sure. Well, this isn't my entire collection. This is just what I'm willing to show you guys. This is one of my collections. So got a bunch of cheapies up here. Then we got some niche and designer. Then we got some clones. Then we got some more clones and old school designers. Then we've got some discovery sets, some other fragrances down there from designers. A lot of fragrances I haven't done reviews on. Here's all my discovery sets. Day 3, Javoy, Etat Libre d'Orange, Replica. A lot of fragrances over there. A lot of fragrances in that utility bin. And then fragrances laying around. So that's just what I'm willing to show you guys. We got a lot of stuff sitting in here too, in boxes and in shelves and stuff like that. So, and stuff in my actual bathroom. So Is By the Fireplace good? No, it kind of smells like roasted fire and marshmallows. I don't know if that sounds good to you. Kamra Original or Kamrakawa? Kamrakawa, 100% of the time. Have you tried? Come on, Yusuf. You got it like, bro. Matter of fact, let me give you a 24-hour. I've smelled Altair. It's crazy. People know they're gonna get banned, and they just love the feeling of getting that like 0.5 seconds of attention. I'll give it to you too. I'll smack your butt. I'll smack your butt real quick. It's fun to me. I smelled Altair the other day, and I loved it so much I'll probably save up over the summer so I can buy it. There's no reason, Jigga. Jigga, first off, we know you ain't buying fragrances anytime soon. You take months to buy one fragrance, and then when you buy a fragrance, you buy like two. Like, stop. Jigga, you need to stop. I truly feel, Jigga, you need to stop talking about fragrance, and you need to start buying fragrance and wearing fragrance, because you talk about fragrance as if you have a massive collection, and your fragrance collection is very tiny. So you should spend a lot of that energy on having fun in life and enjoying yourself and participating in things that you can do. You have well over 30 or 40 fragrances on your mind right now that you're actively thinking about, knowing dang well this year you might not be able to get more than 5 of them. Don't put all that energy into fragrance, man. Just go get those couple of fragrances you're going to get next. Enjoy your fragrances. Have fun with them. Put your energy somewhere else, man. I know FragCom is fun to like. There's this weird culture going on right now in FragCom where like a lot of people love to talk about all the fragrances they watch YouTube videos about, and they hear that this fragrance is like this, and then you go down the rabbit hole and you find all these fragrances like, oh, I wonder what this is. Oh, I wonder what this is. Oh, I wonder what this is. And you never, it's like you don't even have the means to acquire all these fragrances you're interested in. So you just end up with this massive grocery list, and you're only buying a couple fragrances a year. It's just like, or you shouldn't even be buying them anyway because you're not in a position to really do that. Bro, I honestly feel, Jigga, like if you can't taste the fragrances and see them for yourself, how long will you talk about them? How long will it be fun to talk about fragrances that you don't have? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would prefer you just focus on getting that next fragrance and just like only talking about that and enjoying that. There's a serious problem in FragCom right now where, like, how do I put this? People like talking about the fragrances more than they actually like wearing the fragrance. I really genuinely feel like that. And because of that, every time they get a new fragrance, they're more interested in talking about the next fragrance than sitting down and really enjoying the fragrance that they just bought. It just becomes like a game of Pokemon. Like, how many fragrances can you talk about? How many fragrances can you think about getting next? How many DNAs do you know about? And how many can you connect? And how many conversations you can have with people? It's just like, I wish people would just slow down, whether they have 2 fragrances or 100 or 300. Slow down and just enjoy what you have. Instead of having a list of the next 10 fragrances you're gonna buy, like, just focus on the next fragrance you're gonna buy and get it, and like spend a month with it. Like, it's crazy. Like, I know so many people that have so many fragrances and they know nothing about the fragrances. They can just kind of spew off some general facts. Oh yeah, Lamal Elixir, tobacco, cinnamon, vanilla. It's like, bro, where do you wear it? What do you do with it? Do you actually like it? Like, everybody needs to slow down in FragCom. Your thoughts on Rokus Mustache? Terrible. Is Maison Alhambra a good house? It is, but it's 50-50. Some suck, some are good. Any recommendations from Maison Alhambra? Far too many for men and women, and some are borderline feminine. Masculine fragrances from Maison Alhambra. This one's really good. Cassius, Parfums de Marly Carlisle. It's very nice. I don't carry a lot of Maison Alhambra because I'm not the biggest fan of the house. All of the Maison Alhambras like this are not worth buying. Maison Alhambra Kismet is a beautiful tuxedo clone. Yeah, I didn't even realize I don't own a lot of Maison Alhambra. Maison Alhambra Afro Leather is an incredible Memo Paris African leather clone, very masculine. It's an amazing fragrance. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Maison Alhambra just because not a lot of DNAs I really like. Mercedes-Benz Club Black is really nice. It's really nice. Good recommendation for Jigga. What's Drakkar Intense a clone of? Nothing. This is not a clone. This is a modern fougere. It basically just, think of a barbershop, like the barbershops that cost $30 to $50 for a male haircut. After you're done getting the haircut and the shave, you know that alcohol that they load up the towel with and put on your beard? It's hot, it's ambery, and it's fougere. This is basically a modern fougere with amber. It smells like a barbershop with alcohol and amber on it. I like it, you know. For a fougere, it's nice because it doesn't smell like an old man. It just smells like a classic barbershop with liquor and amber and some herbals. Very masculine scent, you know. This is just some classic stuff. You want to douse yourself in it and just smell like fresh out of the shower, fresh shave type of vibe. What I like about this fougere is unlike Drakkar Noir and all that stuff, those fragrances kind of feel like a green herbal blast of alcohol. This is like warm, amber, slight touch of booze, maybe like a rum. To me, it smells just like the hot towels that they used to spray this stuff in, and like after you got your fresh shave, they'd take out a hot towel, they would spray Drakkar Intense into the towel and soak that into your pores. That's what this smells like. Very nice. This is so slept on, it's not even funny. It's like, and guys, you guys can see, like, sorry for my rant earlier, but like you guys can tell, like when I talk about a fragrance, I'm not just talking about what I heard, man. When I talk about Drakkar is a fragrance I've had forever. I haven't worn it in a while, but it's fresh on my mind. I know exactly what it smells like. I know what I do with it. I know how to explain it. I spend time with all my fragrances, and I try to really not talk about fragrances I don't know about. I don't even like to speak about fragrances that I've heard information on if I don't wear the fragrance. When you guys see recommendations, that's why I always look at my own collection. I'm not trying to tell you guys what I heard online. What is Louis Vuitton's men's cologne that you would recommend I get first out of the line? Imagination is a good, solid start, but they're all amazing. Imagination, Pacific Chill, Immensité, Meteor, Afternoon Swim, they're all incredible. You know, Imagination's like a safe start. Pacific Chill's really nice as well. Either of those two are really good starters. YSL L'Homme. YSL L'Homme or L'Homme EDP. I'm going to be honest, I like the EDT, Beetle. The little bit of performance boost you get in the EDP is not worth the extra price. And to me, like, I think the Eau de Toilette is a little bit more, I like the top of the fragrance of the L'Homme. It's cheaper. To me, it pops more in terms of the opening. It's a very light fragrance either way. But they're both phenomenal. You know, we're splitting hairs here, but I would go with the EDT. Game of Spades wild card. Your take on your take and where do you wear? I don't wear wild card. Wild card is basically just a hype fragrance everybody's wearing right now. Citrus, aquatic, boring. You know, a lot of people like it though, but to me, like a basic fragrance like Afnan Tarathi brown or blue, you know, Bulgari Tiger, this is basically wild card. Like there's no need to pay the extra money for Wildcard. I got Tarothi Blue for $11 on TikTok Shop for 100 ml. Can you believe that? And this is basically everything. Full House, Wildcard, Luciano, any of those imagination runoffs, this is like better than. And honestly, if you want the fragrance that beats out all of those, in my opinion, in terms of smelling the most interesting and not getting boring, it's FOMO Fraghead's Asylum. You get the same citruses on woods, but you get a heavy dose of amber and vetiver in the base, which makes this have way more complexity than those fragrances. A lot of times when you have citruses on aquatics, they smell amazing at first because you're like, oh, it's a good smell. And then it's like, there's nothing else to the fragrance. You smell boring really quick. It's like, it's a fragrance where the more you wear it, the cheaper it smells. All right, guys, I'm going to head out soon. I'm just going to make up the last minute questions on here and then roll out. This one I got a clone of and didn't like it. Masculine plural. Yeah, makes sense. Lachlan. Do you have any perfumes from Azha? No, I don't. Dracar Original is horrible projection. It's not so... Listen, man, old school fougères were never meant to have projection and sillage. They were just meant to have a good smell, you know? A lot of those old school fougères are basically eau de colognes when you really think about it. But Dracar Intense is solid performance. Like if I put 6 to 8 sprays of this on, I'm going the whole day. That's cap. I'll go 8 hours easy. SB, you're right. I enjoy people talking frags in 2020. Got me into this genre. I appreciate your honesty take on recommendations. You seem like a good guy. Salute. Appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, man. I don't need the money. I don't need the views. I started this channel when I had my second son as like a smoke break channel. I would dive off into my office here. I only had like a little bit of time. I would record a video about fragrance and I was like, I'm just going to do this until my son turns like 1 year old because I don't have time to do anything else with my life. And then FragCom came out and all these people started engaging with it and asking me to provide more content. And I was like, whoa, people actually, why the heck are people looking at my channel? There's plenty of content. It's like, they're just looking for normal people, you know? So for me, my approach to my channel has always been just document my journey, share all the information I know. I know that I smell more fragrances than the average person. I go through about 100 to 150 fragrances a week, and I drop episodes every single day. So there's a need for that. So I try to find innovative ways to consolidate fragrance information so that it's snack size and easy to digest while still providing content that you won't typically see from other channels. And I try to cut out all the eloquence and just make it simple while still giving you the detailed information you need to learn about fragrance and to build your collection. So I'm coming from an honest place. I don't care about the politics. And people tend to gravitate towards it. I will say what I've learned is my channel isn't for everybody. Like, there's some people out there that distinctly don't like my channel. And I'm cool with that because, like, for me, it's just like, rock with who you rock with. But a lot of people do appreciate my approach to FragCom, and I appreciate them. And everything I do on my channel is for the people that engage with my content. That's it. So anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. What's the best latent clone? Without question, the best latent clone is actually not a clone. It's a designer fragrance. Lalique White in Black is the best latent rendition. Should you call it a clone? It's not from a clone house. It's not a clone fragrance. It's perfumed by a niche perfumer in a designer house. Lalique White and Black, best latent clone, without question. Everybody you talk to is going to have their own best latent clone. You know, Detour Noir. There's a ton of latent clones. There's so many, it's uncountable. But to me, Lalique White and Black is hands down not only a latent clone, but it's better than latent, and you can get it for $20. So I have $250 saved up for the frags right now. Would you recommend buying several designers or like a niche? Jigga, you know you're not going to buy one niche fragrance. Come on, Jigga. You have not spent the last several months making a giant list of fragrances you want to get to spend your $250 on a niche. I don't think you're capable of spending $250 on one niche fragrance or two niche fragrances. Just go buy as many fragrances that are on your list that you can afford with the $250. Fake world, come on. Your mom told you to stay in bed. I stand by Cool Water EDT and Fahrenheit Original. I don't know why you feel like you need to stand by them. They're old as hell. Your thoughts on Gary's Den? Gary's Den is the best Your Own Parfum fragrance of all time. It's so slept on, it's not even funny. I've got Private Blend shop opening near me. It's basically all the Middle Eastern frags. What's the best one I should pick up for daily office use? Best Middle Eastern daily office use. Right here, Latafa Sakrat, Acqua di Gio Profumo. $20. Great office frag. Great Middle Eastern office frag. Incredible Middle Eastern office frag. I actually don't think any Middle Eastern fragrance here actually can hang with that as an office fragrance. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Do you like Narcotic Delight by Initio? A lot of people really love it. I only kind of like it. It's not worth the ticket. It's not a good enough smell for me to spend that money on that fragrance. It's good, smells good. I like it. I'm not madly in love with it. Thanks for the suggestion. What's your scent of the day? My scent of the day is actually the Leighton recommendation I gave to the other gentleman, Lalique White and Black. Incredible. I've bought the Lalique Encre Noir a la Extreme. Still trying to understand it. So far, it's impressive. Going to spend more time. Here's what you need to know about a la Extreme. A la Extreme is not a fragrance you buy if you want a singular fragrance to wear. And let me explain. This is a clone of Chanel Exclusive's Sycamore. It's a very dry, resinous, woody fragrance. You have to like that to want to wear it. It's not a mass appealing fragrance. It's actually a very challenging fragrance to wear. However, I always tell people, if you struggle to find, like if you buy this and you're like, I don't know if I want to wear this, don't wear it. But if you have any fruity fragrances, any vanilla fragrances, again, fruits, vanillas, anything sweet, anything citric, anything vanillic, combined it with this. 1-to-1. So if it's Afnan Tarathi Blue and you have like an Imagination or Tigard DNA, one spray of this, one spray of this, however many you do. So if it's 3 sprays of this, 3 sprays of this, always put this on the bottom and your other fragrance on top. This fragrance will provide a masculine, smoky wood experience that will masculinize any overly sweet or overly citric fragrance in an amazing way. For instance, if you want to get to Aventus DNA, find a pineapple fragrance you own, Kate Alfreson, Versace Eros Energy, anything, and put this under it, and now you have Aventus Absolute. So any fruits, any citruses, and any vanillas, if you put 1 or 2 sprays of this under it, it is an incredible layering, one of the best layering fragrances of all time. And I have about 5 combos in my ebook that use this fragrance. So if you don't like it right now, don't worry. Just set it on your shelf, let it macerate, find stuff to put on top of it. Cherry, pineapple, citrus, vanilla, spices, anything goes amazing with it. Gary's Den's amazing. Oh, we got to the bottom. Beautiful. Where's the ebook? Okay, so I'm going to spill the beans on the ebook. The ebook's not coming out for probably another 2 months. And it's not just one. It's a 5-book ebook series and it's going to start out as a trio. It's a 3-book ebook series that will have a 4th and 5th extension to it. And the first 2 that I'm going to be releasing is Combo 101. So it's going to have a giant list of all of the fragrance combinations that I've ever done that I feel are of S tier quality. That means they smell niche level, and I'll have 100 of them. So I'll have 100 of the best combos, and in it right now, I'm putting the clone combo version and the designer level combo version and the niche level combo. So I'll say something like, what's one combo I can give away? So one combo I might have is, let's see, do I actually have the capability to do this right now? Okay, so one combo might be, this right here, right? So I tell people, so the combos work 2 ways. The combos can get you to niche fragrances, or the combos are just really good combos that you should try that make the fragrances different. So for instance, this is basically a clone of Byredo's Bal de Freak, but it lacks the earthiness. This is Encre Noir Sport. If you put Encre Noir Sport under Vibrant Vetiver Delight, you get a 1-to-1 exact clone of Byredo's Bal de Freak. So that's a combo in there. But I give people the different variations. Like if you don't have Encre Noir Sport, I tell you, you could use Dior Eau Sauvage Original. Or if you don't have Vibrant Vetiver Delight, you could use Bal de Freak. So the combo would be like, the niche level combo would be Dior's Eau Sauvage comboed with with this, or Encre Noir Sport with this, or I give you like another option of a vetiver or something like that. So I try to give people like the cheap version, the mid-level version, and the expensive version, and tell you all the different variations. So again, they'll chase after niche level fragrances, but they'll also be like new invention-based fragrances. Another combo that I show people is like a Baccarat Rouge and Tom Ford's Ombre Leather combo. And I show you like, okay, if you'd like to get this same mix at a cheaper level, you could do like Cade Al Farsan or Lattafa's, oh my gosh, you could use Lattafa Rams Gold with Off-Non Rare Carbon. So the niche level combo would be Baccarat Rouge 540 and Ombre Leather at a 1-to-1 combo. Incredible mix. Or the cheap level would be Off-Non Rare Carbon with Lattafa Rams Gold. And that'll get you the same thing at the cheap level. So the 2 for ebooks that I'm going to be dropping first is Combo 101, and it's going to be 100 combos with different variations. And then the next one is going to be my S tier clone list. So the S tier clone list will have 100 of what I feel are the best clones of 2025 downward. And I'm not going to put, it's not going to be an encyclopedia clone list. I'm not interested in telling you what's this and what's that. I'm going to tell you in my fragrance purchases leading up to 2025, what are the 100 best clone fragrances out on the market currently based on experience. And I'm going to try to see, can I actually give a preview? Let's see if I can give a preview. Where did I email it? So like, here's an example of a page out of the book. I'm not gonna zoom in on it because then people could just take my work. But as you can see here, Scent Bubble approved clone alternative list, and then it has, you know, Scent Bubble certified. And then here's a massive list of like, I think there's 40 here currently, but it'll be multiple pages and it'll be 100 fragrances. So it'll come in an ebook form. And like getting an ebook will like allow people to pick fragrances from my collection. So decants will come with the ebooks. Subscriptions will come with the ebooks, and decants will come with the ebooks. And then I have like some other stuff that I'm working on in the background, like my own custom fragrances and stuff like that. But the books are going to come out on a quarterly basis, so they're constantly going to evolve. But you can buy the entire 5-part collection, or you can get them singularly. There's going to be a lot of stuff, but it's going to be extremely affordable. But I'm trying to brand it in such a way where nobody can steal the content. Like people can do orally showcase the content, but I don't want people to like utterly take my digital documents and be able to just like post them on Reddit or something like that. So I'm getting everything branded and copywritten and trademarked, and there's going to be like a quarterly update of like my own personal blends, combos, top clone ratings, how to like I'm also going to do a seasons thing, like in every season, what are the note pairings that go best with that season. It's going to be a really in-depth ebook, a buyer's guide 101. So like which stores carry which designers, niche and clones, where to go for the best prices, what are the best decant websites, what are the channels that I refer to, what are the personal perfumers and independents that I know personally, and all of their information. It's going to be very thorough, man, but I'm excited to do it because nobody in FragCom's doing it. I do have Fahrenheit. Do you agree that Hugo Boss Bottled Magnetic is way too vanilla? I don't really deal with, I mean, Boss Bottled Elixir and Boss Bottled are okay, but I don't really deal with Hugo too much at this stage of my journey. Thank you, NYC. I really appreciate the kind words. Can we get a sneak peek of your fragrance line? No. We are way too early in that stage, and I won't even be announcing my own fragrances for probably another year. But I do have some good news. I have friends that are working on their own fragrances currently. And so one thing I will be doing is showcasing their own fragrances. And another cool thing is, a lot of people don't know this, but the creators of Day 3 Fragrances, actually live down the street from me. So hopefully I'll be doing a lot of content for Day 3, not for them, meaning I'm not sponsored by them. I don't work with them at all, but because they literally live down the street from me, I'm going to be closely involved in seeing what's going on with them as a company and trying to cover as much content as possible with that company. They make a lot of great fragrances. And so who knows what could come from that. I'm also going to LA next week to meet up with a lot of viewers of the channel and local perfumers in the LA area. And we're going to be trying a bunch of fragrances. I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be going live. It's going to be a good time. So I'm really excited to shake up the fragrance community with new, fresh, innovative content while still being a place of resource. Like, first and foremost, this channel is going to be a resource hub for all things fragrance. And then outside of that, it's going to be an entertainment hub of showing people different ways to appreciate and learn about fragrances in a fun way. And the way I'm going to make that fun is by showing you guys a ton of people I respect in fragrance. Thank you, Pied. Absolutely, Manav. Absolutely. Hermes H24 smells like bananas. To me, it does. To me, it does. Mom told you to get back in bed, Anthony. Sorry, guys. My son jumped on his phone and he knows he should be in bed by now. You should hit up Dua. He stays in LA. I can't say much, but I'm covered there. I appreciate you guys so much. What's the most underrated frag you have? That's a good question, but I don't think I have an answer for you. I don't think I have an answer for you, brother. I know in the clone category, it's a mere celestial without question. Not enough people are talking about this fragrance. It's just one of the most unique DNAs in fragrance, period. And this fragrance absolutely stomps the original Ganymede. I wish it was talked about more. Nobody talks about it. In the designer category, Lin Sumi is an incredible fragrance. Not a lot of people have put their nose to. Many people have heard of it, but not a lot of people can get it because it's always discontinued. This is basically Dior's Eau Sauvage, but way more modern and innovatively new. Very slept on fragrance. Ombre Noir from La Lique. And in the niche category, there's hundreds of fragrances that no one's talking about that I will be talking about this year to share with you guys what niche fragrances are actually good. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I am one of the harshest critics of niche fragrances. If I'm going to spend north of $150 on a fragrance, it better blow my socks off, buy me lunch, and wash my laundry. So I am scrutinizing niche fragrances and going through them like a fine-tooth comb and trying to find fragrances that I think are worthy of the name niche and worth every penny. And I will find them all. We've got discovery sets galore. I've got imaginary authors coming in. I've got Les Abdominales or whatever. I've got my Etat Libre d'Orange. I've got Javoy. I've got Day 3's entire line here. We've got Born to Stand Out's discovery set coming in. I mean, there's just we're turning over every rock to really find out what niche fragrances people should be considering. Because I feel like FragCom is loaded with people that are just getting free bottles from companies and telling you that they're pretty good fragrances, and they're all trash. Like when I went to Neiman's for the first time and smelled the entire Tom Ford, Chanel, Bond Number 9, Initio, Frederick Malle, Parfums de Marly, Creed, Mind Games, freaking Amouage, Xerjoff, Joe Malone. When I smelled the entire line of a lot of those, I was like, why the heck do people talk about half the fragrances they talk about? It's just ridiculous. It's like, okay, you spent $200 to $500, in some cases north of $1,000, about a fragrance that you wear twice a year. It's like they have to talk about it because they spent so much money on it. Like even Bodicea, like Bodicea is incredible, but like some of the fragrances people talk about from Essential Parfums and Bodicea and freaking uh, Elictimus and all that, like a lot of those fragrances, I'm gonna just say it, are utter freaking trash. And I don't know why people talk about them. I can only incentivize it by saying they spent all that money on it and they need to make content to get some of their money back, or somebody sent them a free bottle and they have to talk about it. And quite frankly, I'm disappointed in a lot of the niche community. But there are people who I respect who go on an honest personal journey in the niche category, and you could tell which guys are really doing it at their own pace with their own authenticity versus who's just watching a bunch of YouTube and looking at a bunch of fragrance releases and just trying to stay relevant. Well, I appreciate that, buds. Yeah, there's a lot of Amen ones that are good, but they're just a little bit old for my taste. Donald Trump seems like a... Donald Trump just seems like a very, like he would walk into a fragrance store and just listen to whatever a rich guy tells him to wear. So, I mean, Trump would wear a Ventus Absolute and call it a day. Trump's an Aventus guy all the way. And I don't even know what he wears, to be honest, but he just strikes me as a Creed Aventus kind of guy. Does a good clone of Tom Ford ombre leather exist? Almost. This is the best one you're going to find, off and on rare carbon. The opening smells just like it. The dry down smells about 85% like it. But to be honest, and this is in my combos book, if you want to get Tom Ford ombre leather like perfectly, you have to go YSL loam at a 2-to-1 ratio with rare carbon to get ombre leather perfectly. But by itself, you can get about 85% there. Okay, guys, I'm tired. I gotta go. I love you guys. As usual, I've been on longer than I need to be. Any questions that I haven't answered, please put in the comment section of this video. I will answer it within 24 hours. I will respond to it. Thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you to all my mods for cleaning up the trolls as usual, making this a safe, fun, interactive place to be. Guys, I have over 40 episodes uploaded on YouTube currently. Let me show you guys this real quick. This is for all my late night folk. Check this out. I'm just gonna, let me make sure there's not anything weird on my screen. I want you guys to look at this because I'm not lying to you guys. Okay? Look at this. Can I zoom in? Okay? All these grayed out ones are episodes that are upcoming. Like, guys, when I tell you I have episodes galore already loaded up and they're all just set to drop every day, I've got like 3 weeks worth of episodes already uploaded. The episodes I just did today, they won't be posted for like another 2-3 weeks because I already have all the videos done for the next 2-3 weeks. I kind of live in the future, hypothetically. The stuff I'm working on today, you guys won't see for a month because there's just so much content waiting to come out. But anyways, guys, love you guys, appreciate you. Thank you for your input, your constructive feedback, your questions. You guys make the lives worth being live for. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. It's kind of good. This is the Scent Bubble. Be blessed. Have a good week, guys. Talk to you soon.